Good morning. So today I feel a little better. I didn't feel like calling in sick today, which is good. And not that it matters, I wouldn't have called in sick. You know what I'm realizing? Like, I don't like watching my videos. I don't like the way I look. I don't like my quirks, any of that stuff. But it's a diary. It's a video diary. I'm in the technology era where I can do a video diary, and it's not about that. It's just me putting my thoughts on video. It's the same as journaling for me, except for I can express better, and I don't have to worry about my spelling. So I know I'll go back and watch these. I hope. I didn't go back and read the other ones, but I didn't want to change the date of them or anything. I didn't want it to affect how they were, the timestamp or any of that. So that won't happen with these. I can go back and I titled them so I can go back and it'll be a little cue for me to remember that specific day. Today's a beautiful day. I had a rough night again, coughing. I'm grateful that I'm not throwing up. I mean, that's grateful. And I'm grateful that my temperature, if my temperature was all crazy, it would have changed the game for me. But, not but, my daughter and I, God, it was so awesome last night. Even my son. You know, like, I had all these times where they were just there. And if they needed something, I was so annoyed. Or I was tired. You know, and she's getting really lovey, clingy, and I love it. I love it. Maybe because I'm a clingy person. Myself. But I love it. I love that when she sees me, when I used to come home, she'd run. I'd hear her little footsteps, and she would tackle me. And you know, I don't care who you are. If you're a dad, that's a great fucking feeling, man, to have that. There were times that's the only shit that fucking, all this shit, all these people, I felt hated me and I hated myself, and she didn't care. She didn't know any better. Fucking made the difference, man. But we had a nice talk about God yesterday, and you know, here's the thing, like, I am not gonna, I know that the argument is like, it's my responsibility as a Christian and my responsibility as a father to enforce that, and I don't believe that. Like, and maybe I'm wrong there. I don't know. I believe in freedom of choice, and I know that when it comes to a 6-year-old, there shouldn't be any freedom of choice. It's my responsibility. But when it comes to that, I want them to, you know, have their belief and their understanding and support it, and let them know what I believe, instead of saying you should believe in God. You know, I can just believe in God and tell them I believe in God, and then it's okay. You know, and she does. You know, like she totally does. And I'm really happy about that. This video that I posted on Instagram, you know, I just asked her some questions. These aren't questions that she's asked me. I just asked her the questions. And she told me what she believed. And it just warmed my heart. And it was so freaking cute, man. She asked me yesterday, like, why do we even have noses? So, because we could just breathe out of our mouth. And I said, well, you need them to smell, baby. Yeah. And I did what my dad did. I said, well, you smell. She said, I don't smell. You know, even at the age of 45, I still get that. And when I doubted, like, why do I have so many kids and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I don't have to worry about, like, it's almost like these are opportunities to redo, you know, that I didn't get with the older ones. My son's, you know, he's on his journey, my daughter's on her journey, and who knows, he may move. You're never gonna get the time you felt you lost back. And there are gonna be times in my life, there are times in my life, that I wish I could have that time back now. To sit there and play games with him, and go fishing with him, and throw the ball around with him, and he's too busy being fucking selfish, man. I don't get that back. If you're watching this and you have littles, and you just want to get through the day, look at today's date, look at their age, ask yourself a couple questions. What's their favorite color? What's their favorite sport? What's their favorite position in that sport? What's their favorite game? Who's their favorite YouTuber? Kids of today don't really watch shows, so you can't be like, what's your favorite show? Some of them do. Who's your favorite YouTuber? What's your favorite YouTube channel? What's your teacher's name? Imagine that you're in a plane and the captain goes over the loudspeaker and says, one of the engines is going out and they have to do an emergency landing. Don't get on your phones yet. And everybody looks around, panicking. They're not sure what to fucking do. But everybody's thinking the same thing. And it's all fear-based. Then a few minutes pass by, and the captain gets back on the loudspeaker and says, okay, the engine's completely out. And now we're starting to lose fuel. We're going to do an emergency landing. So I'm going to give every one of you guys an opportunity to make a phone call. You can only make one phone call, and that phone call can only be for 5 minutes. When I get back on the loudspeaker, go right ahead and make your phone call. And then silence. And now everybody's really panicking. You feel like this might be your last time on Earth. It's quiet. They're just stares, a couple rumbles. Everybody's just looking at each other, and then they're looking down at their phone. And then a few minutes pass by, and the captain says, okay, go ahead and make your call. Limit it to one call. We need the least amount of interruptions, radio wise or whatever, with our controls. And then I'll let you know when you have to hang that phone call up. Who would you call? What would you say? You only had one person to call. Think about that for a minute. If you're like me, I have 6 kids. I have to pick one. But then there's my dad and my sisters. Do I pick one person to relay the message to everybody? Or do I spend the 5 minutes telling that one person that I'm sorry and I love you? What would you say to them? How would you say it? Would you argue? Would you have something upset to say to them? Or would it just be the best 5-minute call you've ever made to somebody? Why wait till a plane is going down to make that call? And now that you know you've got more than 5 minutes because you have the rest of your life, you have the rest of today, why don't you start making those calls and do it on a regular basis? I feel like where I'm at right now in my life, in the years that I've been doing this recovery thing, even though I've had my challenges, I feel like, well, I could get creative and make somebody do a 3-way call, but it would be to my kids. Yes, it's a depressing thought and it's making me sad because it's not even happening. But I can tell you this right now, I am not thinking about my bills right now. I'm not thinking about where I'm at on my deals. I'm not thinking about how I feel sick. That little exercise you can do on a regular. Because just like I said, like I've heard, if that situation was happening, what would you give to be able to make it and see those loved ones? You'd give everything. You'd give up everything. So you have everything. You have everything. I get so wrapped up in the process. I get so wrapped up in what's going on with me that sometimes I forget what's going on with them. I can say that if on my way to work right now, that truck in front of me hits a piece of ice and flips and crashes, and I smash right into it, and my car catches on fire and I die, I've started setting something for my kids to be able to see. I'm talking to them in all these videos. I don't have much. It's my will to them. I'm going to work my ass off for more. But first, I need to be good within myself. I need to be good within myself. So, I'm going to go into work, sick or not, better or not, and I'm going to fucking grind. And I'm going to fucking act as if today's the last day of the month. I'm going to act as if I don't have any more time left. I'm going to act as if it needs to happen. You know, the act as if, all that shit needs to happen. And what's great is it's still early. And I don't mean the month. Your life is still early. Today is the first day of the rest of your life. You have the choice. You can be upset. You can be afraid. You get to choose that. Fear is a choice. And then it's a feeling. Anger is a choice. And then it's a resentment. Love is a choice. And it's an action. Faith is a choice. You don't have to believe in God, but believe in something. Whatever. Or maybe believing in you has helped you this whole time. Well, then great. If everything is good in your life and everything is working out perfectly, keep doing what you're doing. It's working. That is not the case for me. I always thought it was, and now I'm here. And remember, you're worth it. You got it. It's going to be okay. There are so many things, if you really think about it, to be grateful for. You just got to dig deep. You got this. Love yourself. I love you. Love yourself. I'll love you until you love yourself. And then love somebody else until they love themselves. Pay that shit forward. It's worth it. You're worth it. You got this. Today's a new day. Tomorrow hasn't happened. Yesterday already has. Today's a gift. That's why they call it the present. I didn't make that up. It just has stuck with me since I've heard it. I look all mad. Smile. It's not as bad as you think it is. It's not as good as you think it is either. You got this.